There's no shiny type. I'm dead! Oh my god! Patch! Patch! Is it real? Is it real? Please tell me it's not a fake patch. It's happening! It's real. Chat. Oh my god, it's real. It's real. It's real. It's real. It's real. We survived. We survived. We survived. The believers didn't believe, but here it is. This is the last patch before the major update. And we knew or assumed that the major update was a bit out end of July or in August. But this is the thing that's supposed to fix the game. King of Dale objective has been rethemed and renamed to Unstable Rift. Wow, great shit. Unstable Rift no longer requires an urn delivery to trigger at the start of the event. Wait, it's a new event. It's a new event. It now has a variable start time of ±1 minute. There's a global announcement. There is also an in-world visual effect to let you know which lane it will randomly spawn in. Unstable Rift spawns intervals increase from every 6 minutes to every 7 minutes. Okay, what that means, chat, by the way, is the first event can spawn as early as 11 minutes, but as late as 13 minutes, okay? It's the same event, you just don't need to carry the urn to it. It just starts, okay? Unstable Rift comeback bonuses, resisting the area, extra comeback bounty, and tailing leading team claim timer now all scale linearly based on the amount of net worth they are trailing. Oh my fucking god. They did it, chat. That's actually such a major fix. Before it was all or nothing, unwinnable or unlosable. And now it is actually. And it scales from no bonus to full bonus at 15% net worth behind. Okay? And that means, by the way, the 10% is not a thing anymore. It starts at 0. Okay? So let's say you're behind 5%. You have a bit of resists to make it a fair fight. Assuming both teams fight in it, right? That's massive for balance. The team that secures the Unstable Rift now also has a wave of 5 Rift Troopers sent down from the Rift location. When trailing, spawns up to 12 instead, using the same linear ramp. Okay, which means after you win the event, it gives you power to do something right after, right? But because this is also, let me explain what this fixes. The issue before was, let's say you're the team that's behind, right? Let's say you're the team that's behind and you go deposit the urn. The enemy team will just let you finish the urn and then kill you after, right? Because they're so far ahead of you. But now you get Rift Troopers. I don't know how strong they're gonna be, right? We'll have to see. We'll check this in-game in a second. But oh, there you go. There you go. Rift Troopers spawn at 100 extra % health and damage. They also look larger and have custom VFX. Their bonus health and damage grow slightly per event. First is 100, then 120, 140, etc. Oh my god. My game crashed. Any player in the Unstable Rift are now revealed on the minimap. Unstable Rift bounty increased by 35% to account for a 35% loss with no urn runner bounty. Overall objective bounty is unchanged. Okay. Unstable Rift no longer grants 1 permanent buff to each player. There is also no +3 buffs to the urn runner. Urn running is now its own double objective! Chat! You say minor! This is another... They added a second objective! They're separate! Let's see what it does. Thanks for the pickup. Still a random urn delivery. And the Rift should spawn, by the way, at 12 minutes now, because the net worth is exactly even, right? Because there's no enemy player. You do have a plan, yes? Yeah, I can TP. Okay. Movement works. That might not be balanced for characters like Holiday. But yeah, it's the old urn. You drop it in. You get the old urn. Instant pickup. You get the old urn bounty. I want to see what the... There it is. It should spawn. An Unstable Rift is opening. Go to the Rift and claim it. Minor update, by the way. Minor update, by the way. Wait. No. You know, the music artist was just like, let's drop another sick track for no reason. Alright. Okay, these guys, by the way, okay. Alright. This is gonna kill the tower alone, I think. These guys are strong, and this is 5. Again, remember, if you are behind, you get up to 12. 5 is the number if the fight is even. Yo, these guys are fucking tanky. This room, my room.
I have a pillow. Thank you.
Oh my god, it works. It works. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my... Oh my god! Continue! No, no, shut. No, 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 no. Yoshi! Alert, alert! Yoshi! There's a... Yo! It's... We have a problem. We have a problem, Yoshi. Guys? Guys? They're taking no damage. These are 4 creeps. Yeah, it's because I have this gives some regen, right? This gives a little help as I mean, to be fair, the enemy can probably kill them. Like, wait, let me see if I can, like, okay, wait, maybe they're not as strong, you know? Like, wait. Let me figure, like, wait, let me do this, right? I'll add an enemy. Okay, let me see if I can kill them. Wait, I'll buy some items, okay? Let's buy some items. Wait. Let's assume I have some money, right? Okay. Because... Okay, let me kill this guy. Yoshi? 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 Yoshi, I'm losing to a creep, Yoshi. Yoshi, help. What the f... 2 objectives. Earn running is now its own objective. Spawns on either side, where the previous neutral pickup was, and gets delivered to the opposite end. Earn runner is no longer revealed and is not disarmed or silenced, so you can use anything. Earn cannot be manually dropped. It gets dropped when you get hit with a light or heavy melee. I like this, actually. Are stunned or are killed. It says where it drops and not walk back home. It stays where it's dropped, sorry, and not walk back home. Earn runner can no longer parry. Earn bounty value starts decaying after 45 seconds from being picked up. It drains gradually over another 45 seconds, and then the earn is removed when the bounty is empty. Earn is deposited immediately at the drop-off point, and the earn bounty when deposited is worth 250 plus 70 per minute. For just the earn runner. So it's an objective for one person. It is way less money than it used to be, okay? Otherwise it would not be balanced, obviously. Still has the comeback bounty component. There's more to do on the map, okay? This is hype. Upon deposits, all that means macro matters again. You have to make choices. Earn gets 4 permanent buffs on deposit. Earn is now louder when it talks and is easier to hear by nearby enemies. After 3 minutes from spawn, the Earn will start walking very slowly towards the deposit location. So that's for like the initiates that don't touch it at all. Earn Runner has passive bonuses while holding it now scales based on how behind you are, rather than being on or off. There are 2 debug commands you can use to test these out. Rework boon reward table. Okay, what the fuck, man? That's too many numbers. Okay, so I'll give you the TLDR. They slightly moved the souls required up. Okay, so it will take a bit longer to unlock all your points again. Which means late game is going to be a bit stronger again, right? You will become a tiny bit slower. You will gain strength slower than before, a tiny bit. Health per boon reduced by 5%. Okay, that's pretty big, actually, by the way. Like, we had a change where they did like 10% and it was like way too much and everyone died, so that's pretty big. All ultimate base and upgrade cooldowns nerfed by 15%. rounded to the nearest multiple of 5. All ultimate base. Okay, so they just nerfed ults. Especially, cooldowns especially. This affects a lot of characters, obviously. But I think this is good because, like, ults in general, there were too many. You got ult too fast. Rejuve buff duration reduced from 4 to 3 minutes. Respawn ramp changed from 8:30 from 5 to 9. No, what the fuck does this mean? Respawn ramp changed from 8 to 30 seconds, from 5 to 19 minutes, to 8 to 35 seconds, from 5 to 20. So respawn takes longer. Guardian bounty reduced from 1,500 to 1,250. Again, nerfs early snowballing and early game characters. Walker bounty also reduced. First blood bounty reduced. Base kill bounty reduced. So instead of nerfing jungle, then instead of buffing jungle, they're nerfing kills, which I think is very important. That means it's a jungle buff, right? If kills are worth less, then jungle becomes better. Which I said this before, the only jungle that was good until now was Sinners and everything else was kind of shit. So this is good. That means there's, again, more choices. We now have 2 objectives and the jungle, right? This is, oh my god, this patch is actually insane. Trooper bounty in the deniable flying orb radius increased. Minimum unsecured souls allowed to drop reduced from 150 to 50, okay. Whatever. Dash jump input window increased. They're making it easier to dash jump. I don't know if I like that. Dash jumping was not really hard. Dash jump distance increased. This one I like because if you were like super this is a buff to me. I'm not going to deny it. This is a buff to bad movement / using dash jumps. Dash jumps are better, I guess. Which makes sense because, like, if you were really good, you could use 1 stamina and, like, pop off with it, right? Jump pads on top of the double Sinner building have been removed. Hovering an item in the shop now shows blah blah blah. Street ball, we don't care. Okay, alright, so far, really good changes. Like, this is really good for the game, okay? And now we get the cherry on top, which is items and heroes. Okay. I would assume this is not going to be the biggest changes because, again, I think balance-wise, we're pretty fine. As long as they nerf Silver and Billy, you know, we'll see. Mystic Shot, cooldown increased. Toxic Bullet, bleed damage increased. Makes sense, Toxic Bullets was a bit too bad. Scourge, pretty big nerf. Like, it scales with Spirit Power, but, like, overall, the health... You cannot buy this on tanks as the only purple item, and it does, like, an insane amount of damage. That's pretty big. Cursed, Relic, damage penalty increased. Another Curse nerf. And I hate Curse, so any nerf to Curse is... I'm happy about. Alright. Abrams, Siphon Life, reduced. Shoulder Charge, reduced. Abrams, I would say, was like upper A tier, maybe S tier, so I'm fine with this. Repose tier 1 changed from -7 cooldown to -8, so lower cooldown. Repose grace window to target after channel increased, so a bit easier to stun. Repose cast range increased. Repose target angle increased. Flawless advanced healing on hero hit scaling increased. That's a big one, actually. 1.1 to 1.3, that's like pretty big to stay alive. I think Apollo was a bit too weak. He's still gonna be a spirit nuker, right? But this will probably, like, this will help him. Billy, bullet damage per boon reduced by 10%. Bash down melee scaling reduced by 0.2. Bash down tier 3 reduced from 60% heavy melee damage to 50. Rising ram damage reduced from 10 to 8% on max. And spirit scaling increased a bit. Break even at 111 spirit power. That's very rare for Billies to have until, like, super late game, okay? So... nerf. Celeste Dazzling Trick cooldown reduced from 35 seconds to 32. Radiant Dagger buff duration increased by 5 seconds. Radiant Dagger spirit scaling increased. Shining One at bounce raging. We're buffing Celeste. I'm not sure about that one. 10% damage increase on the ult. This one is scary, chat. This doesn't sound like a lot, but 10% is a lot just on base. Drifter health per boon increased. Rend cast time reduced. That's a big buff, actually, by the way. That means it's just faster to cast Rend by, like, quite a bit, okay? Like, I just want to show this off. You will notice this immediately in-game. It's a 20% cooldown reduction in cast time. Yeah, it's faster. Right? Also, less time to react, right? Rend, tier 2. 1 second less cooldown. Blood Scent. Tier 1 increased from 2 meters while near an isolated target to 3. And Blood Scent tier 2 increased from 18% missing health to 24. Drifter, good buffs. I don't mind. Character was kinda not meta. Dynamo buffs. I don't know why. Actually quite a big buff to Dynamo, by the way. Great Talent, Rain of Arrows, cooldown increased by 2 seconds. Guided Owl, permanent spirit bonus reduced. RIP plus 10, chat. It's now plus 8. RIP plus 10. Okay. Holiday, Powder Keg, velocity reduced slightly. Powder Keg, charge delay increased. Powder Keg, spirit scaling reduced. Powder Keg, tier 3 damage reduced. Okay, I mean, that's... Obviously, that was needed, right? Like, this was obviously needed. Like, it nerfs the strongest ability Holiday has, right? So, it will be quite a big deal. But I think Holiday is still going to be fine. Haze, Sleep Dart tier 1 increased from minus 8% bullet resist to minus 10. Sleep Dart tier 2 increased yeah, this is small changes. Smoke Bomb, more lifesteal, 50% lifesteal instead of 40. That's pretty big. Ivy Entangling Thorn Spirit Scaling increased. Katsu Connection Replicate Health by Boon Scaling increased. Airdrop cooldown reduced when on allies. When used on allies, increased from minus 25 to minus 30%. Mina, Rake missing health as damage increased. Sanguine tier 3 retreat now also increases rate. Bro, you get another 10 meters away. Bro, it's just free escape at all times. Nox Nostra ult damage increased. Nox Nostra tier 1 damage increased. This one I really disagree with these. I don't know. Like maybe, I don't know. Okay, whatever. Bone Krill Sandblast now slow increased. Sandblast tier 2 increased less cooldown. Combo max health increased. 40 plus 40, boys. Alright, Page probably needs a lot of buffs, so I hope they... Okay. Health per boon increased by quite a lot. Bookworm tier 1 changed from 2-second tail duration to 1 meter radius and 12-second cooldown. So it is bigger instead of lasting longer. It was so easy to get out of it, that's a massive buff. Bookworm tier 2 changed from 10 meter range and 12-second cooldown to 1 charge, 1 meter radius, and 2-second tail duration. So overall buffs. Very big buffs. And then Bookworm tier 3 changed from 100 damage, 30 DPS, and 1 charge to 100 damage, 30 DPS, and 12 meter travel range. So pretty massive buffs to Bookworm. So on level 2, right? Oh, I fucked. Okay. On level 2, you already have the extra charge, and the duration, and the radius, and then on level 3, you have everything, including a lot more DPS. Like, this is a lot more damage than before, right? Look at it, that was actually kind of crazy. I'm not saying this is like gonna be like an insane ability, but if you combo this, like, it's scarier to be inside of it, right? Like, if you lock them down and you hit this, it's very good. Plot armor tier 1 fire rate spearing increased. Plot armor tier 3 increased from 75% bear rate to 100. Rallying charge is now properly counted as a miss if the only thing that was impacted were non-heroes, and Rallying charge tier 3 amp increased. Big buffs to Page. Paradox. Kinetic Carabine tier 2 now also increases move speed scaling. Kinetic Carabine tier 3 changed from affecting max damage scaling to affecting both min and max damage scaling. Why are we buffing Paradox? Why did Pocket get another slap on the wrist? What the fuck? This is the best character in the game, Valve. Yeah, let's not nerf the button, the affliction button that wins the fight for free. Okay. Rem, tag along, healing per second, spirit scaling reduced. Tag along tier 3, missing health, spirit scaling reduced. Little Helper's spirit resist reduced. Little Helper's tier 1 changed from 1 helper to 1 helper and move speed. Little Helper's tier 2 changed from 8% spirit resist from level 2. 8 spirit resist and 1.5 meter move speed to 1 helper and 15% trooper damage and resist. That's why they were so fucking tanky, bro. Little Helper's tier 3 changed from 2 helpers and 20% trooper damage resist to 1 helper and 15%. Okay, so it's overall nerfs, but not a lot. Lightning Ball charge delay reduced. Buff? Wait, we buffed 7? Oh, Stormcloud time to expand increase. By a lot. From 1.5 seconds to 3.5. Stormcloud damage interval increased from 0.25 to 0.3. DPS unchanged. That's a nerf, by the way. That means escalating procs less often. This nerfs people just AFKing in the sky. So this will affect, my point is, this will affect low rank more than high rank. Okay, let's see Shiv. Wait, why is there so many Shiv changes? Alt-fire damage now has a custom value per boon. Alt-fire ammo consumed per shot increased from 3 to 5. Okay, alt-fire knockback movement is now disabled by slowing hex state. So the entire fucking Shiv sliding is gone. Get fucked, Shiv players. Assuming slowing hex. Okay, so there's a counter to it. Sorry, there's a counter to it. Serrated knife cooldown reduced. Buff. Slice and dice now deals 25 light melee damage instead of 60 spirit. Slice and dice change from 6 spirit resist to 4% damage amp. So overall buff means you can play more gun, right? Again, with the new alt fire. More hybrid. And it is true that, like, yes, in team fights, I agree, right? Like, Shred is probably better. But, like, Shiv was that guy that sat in the corner and waited for someone to dash through everyone, right? Like, I think this is buffs and nerfs, is my point. That there is situations where this will be stronger, and Shivs will have to readjust how they build the character. For sure. Okay, let's see the rest of them. Bloodletting to 2 changed from 15% damage deferred to 35% damage cleared. Okay, and then Bloodletting tier 3 changed from 50% deferred damage cleared to 15% damage to increased damage deferred. I mean, depending on how you skill the character, that's a nerf. At max level, it's the same, but less damage cleared. On level 2, you are less tanky, but you can clear more damage. Shiv Killing Blow now deals damage to troopers and neutrals along the way. Okay, Killing Blow execute a hero now instantly fills the rage bar. That's big. Killing Blow now has tier 3 recast within 20 seconds on hero kill as part of the base ability. Killing Blow full rage damage bonus reduced from 12% to 8%. Killing Blow range reduced from 18 to 12 meters. Killing Blow tier 1 now also increases range, so they're back to it. This is base ability now, right? Like the recast is base ability, okay? So you will be able to basically in any team fight execute multiple targets, okay? Without putting a single point in ultimate. Which might be the play, to be honest. Killing Blow tier 2 increased from 10% full rage bonus damage to 16, and tier 3 increased from 5% enemy health threshold to 10. This is very interesting changes to Shiv. They want to bring him more in line on high rank, I want to say, where he's like Giga OP because he can't die, right? Like you can slowing hex him and then he can't like do the shotgun shit where he runs away. I think this is really interesting, good changes. This is like kind of a minor rework, I want to say, to Shiv, and I like it. Vindicta, Stake, cooldown reduced. Crow Familiar increased from 12 second cooldown to less to 16. Crow Familiar conclusion include blah blah blah. Assassinate bonus damage spirit scaling increased. Buffs to Vindicta. Viscous Splatter tier 3 spirit scaling reduced. Puddle Punch tier 3 increased from 12 second cooldown to minus 14, and Goo Ball tier 3 increased from 6 second duration to 7. Punches to be stronger again, and in return they nerf Splatter a bit. It's whatever. Viper tier 3 now also reduces charge delay from 4 to 2 seconds for Screwjob, and Slither tier 3 spirit scaling increased. And last but not least, Warden. Bullet damage per boon reduced from 34 to... They nerfed Warden again? Willpower tier 2 increased from 22 second cooldown to 24. Willpower tier 3 increased from 2.5 to 2.7. They want Ult Warden to be the only playable way for Warden. This patch will change, and I'm not trying to clickbait here, this patch will change more about the game than most of the patches that we had in the last few months. You have to understand that there's 3 things here going on that will change the way you play the game. We have 2 objectives, so there's already 2 choices, plus kills matter less, right? Like all the gold bounties from kills got nerfed by quite a lot, right? Plus they nerfed the early money you get from Guardians. That means jungle got buffed. Unstable Rift, they rebalanced, right? Like it's a new game, like it's the old King of Dale Urn, but there's choices you have to make now. It's a MOBA again. Do I farm? Do I run the Urn? At the same time, there's a Rift fight going on. Do I split push? This is gonna open up and make the game so much more complex. It's amazing. Like this is genuinely amazing. Which means most people will hate it for now because people will not know what the fuck is going on. There will be some balance issues with it, but I'm happy they're doing this. Who expected a new objective for a minor update, right? The biggest winner probably in the patch, by the way, Celeste and Mina seem really strong, right? Biggest loser probably Billy. Overall, I don't think the balance changes are gonna drastically overpower some heroes. I don't know why there's no silver nerfs, by the way. But overall, this is an amazing patch. And this is really complex. Like, there's gonna be a lot to learn. You can run like the Urn as a carry to get extra money, right? It's only money for you. So you avoid the big fight if you're weak on carry, and you run the Urn instead, right? Or you run the Urn as like a really fast moving character, like let's say Holiday, and the rest of your team fights, right? Like it's gonna be insane. And before you're worried about AFK farming, right? Let's say, wait, jungle is better again, which it is, right? Because money got removed from kills. The other team can still run Urns. And if your entire team is AFK farming, then the other team can run the Rift and the Urn, right? You will still have to interact with the enemy. It's just that it's not the only way to win the game, right? Before, it was Urn fight every 6 minutes, 6v6. And this is a MOBA. And that's why the last patch was so hated by many. Amazing patch. W, Yoshi. Like, actually W.